Hello, BookTube, and welcome back. I am continuing my sort of reviews, more opinions on the books that have been longlisted on the Baillie Gifford. The Baillie Gifford is a annual award for non-fiction that's been released in the UK from October to October. It's usually about 12 books that get longlisted each year, and this year is no exception. I've done 5 now on some solid books, to be fair. So yeah, I'm going to continue. I'll do a couple of my opinions on the books now. I think I've got 3 to do today, but hey ho. But the first one I want to talk about, this is Frances Wilson. This is Electric Spark. This is the biography of Muriel Spark. She was an author, mid 20th century, 60s and 70s. So this biography is really looking at how Muriel's life is. Some of it wasn't known, and Frances Wilson takes Muriel's what's not known and takes her books, fiction-wise, and then applies them to the empty gaps. I know it sounds strange, but there's a bit of auto-fiction happening here where Muriel Spark kind of semi-wrote about her life in some books. It covers a lot. It covers Muriel's fight to become an author, how she kind of dealt with misogyny, and it also talks about, she never got along with the person who's going to write her biography. There's also books about when she left the UK and what was that country that doesn't exist anymore? Is it Rhodesia in South America? Not South America, in Africa. And she got married and had a kid and then abandoned them, came back to the UK, and I think she had a mental breakdown as well. So it discusses all that. It discusses the books that she did as well, and again applies what's not known from her books. And this, I went into this book thinking it was going to read very much like this, your bog standard biography. This is not your bog standard biography. So some good points. Does it do what it says on the tin? Apart from me thinking this was going to be a biography, but probably that's more my mistake than Frances Wilson's. It kind of does, to be honest with you. It does. It is a really compelling look at Muriel Spark, because I've never read any of Muriel Spark's work, or read any of her biographies that's been done to it. So I'm pretty coming in as a newbie here, and maybe that's why I didn't really like it as much as some of the others that I've read so far. But again, it is engaging, and it's about 300 odd page book, and I flew through it, so it is. I did put it down, but again, I've got to go back to that. I attempted to read it as a biography, and some of it was just like, oh, okay, yeah, because I didn't so much like the author's way of using her fiction to like plug holes in her life, because like you can run up with many problems there, can't you? Because the author is, she she can blow up her own life and exaggerate, because Frances Wilson, the author of the biography, she does bring up that Muriel, she thought she lived in this like different kind of time. She saw time as just one big block, not just a progression kind of way. That she, like when she was 6, she thought she was going to be an author, because she was going to be an author, because she saw both points of time the same. It's weird. It's weird. This all-knowing, all-powerful Muriel Spark. This is kind of what the book's kind of trying to sell, and it didn't work for me. Even though that the writing is on part, it is really good. engaging writing. It's just some of that part with like adding the the fiction to plug the heart, that didn't work for me at all. But she sounds like an interesting a person. I wouldn't mind reading one of her biographies. I think she also wrote an autobiography, Muriel Spark. I wouldn't mind picking that up because she sounds like a really interesting person. And this biography by Frances Wilson isn't bad. It's good. It just didn't work for me because of the reasons that I've mentioned. The reasons that I mentioned. And that's it, folks. That's the first of 3 that I'm going to do today, or I might do a couple today and do one tomorrow. I don't know. But I'll see you soon, BookTube. Bye.